Freshi. Big fan. I had a friend that played Minecraft with me, and he made videos. But his are kinda weird, or unusual, I guess. Check out the channel here when you can. Kind regards, Spectre. So I loaded up his channel, and yeah, I found a series of weird Minecraft videos with unusual titles. But little did I know, this was the beginning of an interesting story. And it all started with this video right here.
Can't believe it's been 2 days since we made this server. Yeah, I know, right? Cool TBH. LOL. Should we get some wood or something? Yeah, I can get it if you want. Alright, sounds good, LOL.
He opens the door and goes on his journey to get some wood. Using his iron axe, he breaks down the tree until nothing is left untouched. He realizes there's not enough wood, so he goes down to break another tree until Spectre says this.
We should build some cool after we get more blocks. Hell yeah. I don't know what to build though. Maybe a castle. Oh, true.
Spectre had the idea of making a castle, and Frozen agreed, so he continued to chop as many trees as he possibly could. But Frozen was not prepared for what Spectre was about to say.
Hey dude, question mark. Did you move my bed? No? It's not there anymore.
It seems like Spectre's claiming to have lost his bed and is blaming it on Frozen for stealing it. But how could it be him? He was out chopping trees, unless someone else is with them on the server. Or maybe he's delusional. Frozen made his way back home, where he met Spectre there. They stared deeply at each other, until something weird happened. Frozen is crazed about the lightning, whereas Spectre is just sitting there in silence, until he finally responded.
Dude, I have no clue.
But instead of the normal responses from Frozen, he took so long to type whatever, like he's annoyed. Frozen then told Spectre to just make a new one tomorrow, giving him part of the necessary items to make a new bed. And you'd think it cuts here, but it doesn't.
What do I do with this? The storm is scary. It's for the castle, remember? Oh, yeah.
They start having an interesting conversation, having Spectre ask when Frozen is coming to his house again, conflicting the fact that Frozen and Spectre are IRL friends and they have seen each other before. But Frozen, thinking about a reply, messaged some time, like he isn't sure if he will be able to see him again. And that's the last thing we see. It's now episode 2 and it starts off with them both in the house, but do you notice something strange? It's still nighttime. This means they are still in the same day as before and haven't even slept yet. Who knows how long they have been doing this? And the side effect of not sleeping is very crucial. A few I can list is fatigue, mood changes, and most importantly, hallucination. But for now, they seem okay, so let's continue.
I want to find some diamonds for once. Same dude. By the way, why didn't you come over to my house, dude? I hate the rain. Question mark. It's fine.
Well, that talk was a little weird, but again, as usual, they are entering out the house together, and judging by Spectre's message, they seem to be going mining. So they lead down to a strip mine I'm guessing they already created before, and yeah, they mine some coal, some iron, and then they go further down than they ever before, with Frozen looking back, like he thought he saw something. Anyway, they continue mining on. And when everything seems fine, Spectre falls into lava while trying to mine for coal.
Oh
Spectre then goes to thank Frozen for saving him with water, and they continue on mining, looking for diamonds. And they finally struck gold, finding what they wanted in the first place, diamonds. As they both headed out the cave, they ecstatically celebrated by throwing diamonds everywhere. happily entering out as a successful night of mining. But it's not over yet.
You have to move on. What? What do you mean? I didn't say anything. Okay.
And that's where it cuts. But there's one key thing that I missed, and that's looking at the descriptions. You see, both episode 1 and 2 have cryptic messages in them. The first video, if you look in the description, you will see a sentence mixed with what looks like gibberish, but is actually Caesar cipher. And if we put that into a translator, it comes out with the following. That leads us with the following questions. Who's Steven? Is the world they're playing in Steven's mind? Or is this all a delusion? But if we move on to the second video, there is more to it than just a simple Caesar cipher. Let's go through the video real quick and tell me if you spot anything. Wait, pause. There. It's a sign. Let's zoom a little closer. You have to stop pretending. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear some answers to solve this riddle. Anyway, let's continue to the next episode. This time, instead of starting in the house, he starts out of his house mining trees, as a normal player would do. But this time there's a lot of wither roses, and he randomly starts noticing it. Seems like it leads down to a path.
Who made this? Path. Probably Spec.
He decides to go on the path anyway, and continues going until he finds this.
WTF. Don't go down there. Okay. I'm going to go look for some coal. See you later.
He's confused, he's shaking. He just woke up in his house and he doesn't know what's happening. It's like he teleported into a new dimension. Even the house just has white blocks, like his friend, Spectre. But then he goes outside to reveal that it's him and Spectre. It's like a disease has covered the house. He's wondering where his friend's gone, he's not responding. Yo! Hello? You still in the game still? He's nervously running around, wondering where Spectre went. His best friend, that he built this world with, is gone, not responding. What happened? Spectre! What the How do you know my name? I'm gonna ban you.
This is the only time I'll ever be able to talk to you, most likely. But that's up to you.
I'm making you leave right now. Goodbye.
You can't ignore it forever. We have to move on and stop this madness. The madness of keeping him here. I'll be watching.
Just leave me alone. Please. Just get me out. Where am I? This video really helped us out as we were able to figure out a few things. Firstly, Frozen, the main character, is named Steven. So the phrase must mean the world he's playing in is all made up in his mind and must be his own delusion. Secondly, what makes this episode weird is the fact that it's the only one with the title being French. Invite, non-invite. That was probably offensive, but luckily I took French class, so I know exactly. Who am I kidding? I Google translated it, and it means
an uninvited guest.
Tied with the description saying, "Ah, I see. It's starting to take me over now." I think we're starting to understand more of the story. Lastly, we also heard Morse code throughout the video, which translates to "look at the channel username." But when I look at the channel username, it kinda looks normal. I mean, isn't that just a normal generated YouTube thing? I still decided to copy it anyway and put it into a bunch of random generators to see if I could get anything. But after scrolling numerous times, I had no luck. I couldn't find anything. Let me know if you guys figure it out, but let's move on to the next episode. This episode starts like no other. It's Frozen, also known as Steven now, typing some weird sentences, like he's never done this before.
The only wisdom is knowing you know nothing. I like that quote. Why did he have to break it?
But then he all of a sudden stopped and deleted his whole chat, like nothing ever happened. As usual, he goes outside, but you notice something different about this. There's a lot of yellow dandelions and river roses outside that weren't there before. He remembers the path that he went last time and decides to follow it again, to see if anything weird is happening. And that was the end. But I looked in the description and it seems like it was a hex code of some sort, so I went to translate it and it didn't work. And I tried a bunch of different things and it still didn't work. Until I looked in the comments and this one guy said it translates to Poor Steven using the A1Z26 code. So I tried that and it worked. It did translate to Poor Steven. It's a sunny day with no rain, and just like the title says, he's actually trying to take his mind off things, trying to calm his nerves, as he says. So he writes a plan in chat of what he should do in this episode. This video had a lot of strange moments that could mean a lot of things, but what I gathered from this is number 1, his inventory, which had an alphanumeric code using cooked chicken, spells out the word chicken. Number 2, the video was recorded close to Christmas where you're supposed to be jolly and not sad. Number 3, he spells out username using his crosshair at the end of the video. Based off the fact that username and channel name are similar, I believe he is still talking about the YouTube channel username. And then I had a spark in my brain. What if it's a YouTube channel link, as the amount of letters and numbers basically match up? So I tried it, and unfortunately it says this video isn't available anymore. So It must have been taken down. We were too late. It's the second last episode of the series.
Did you know that out of every person that's ever lived, through all of our history, the moon has always remained?
He's becoming so delusional that he's even talking to himself. Spectre isn't there anymore. He's talking to no one. But if you look closely at what's happening, it looks like he's recreating the first ever episode on the series. He starts chopping down trees and starts talking to no one about making a farm and no more hunting for food. He's fully lost it.
Stop this. It's honestly just sad. At this point, he was never really here, was he?
It was all just his imagination, and all he really wanted was his friend back. Checked it out. But wait, you existed? Imagine you're playing Minecraft as you normally would do, when suddenly you feel the urge that someone is in your world, watching you. But what if you didn't even have to imagine, and that was the case? Here's the story of Navy 208. And it all started with this first video. The video starts with him in a desert biome. What the happened to my skin? Lol. He rambles on about his skin. I'm guessing it used to be Steve, but now it's inverted colors. Very strange. But he brushes it off and goes in the forest. Hello, I'm playing a Let's Play world. I made a farm. He got to get at his base. He made some more progress, like chopping trees, his farm, and then making the house bigger and expanding it for more space. To an end. The only weird thing I found about this first video is the fact that the sapling is placed on the farmland. And now we're on to the second video. It starts off normal with him crouching, but then as soon as he presses T, you can see a chat log for a split second.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'll come back later.
Okay, I'll record a video.
Oh my god, that sheep is flying.
Why is that sheep so fast?
That sheep is hacking, bro. Okay, bye.
Bye. I guess before recording this video, his friend logged off, and now he's just by himself, progressing. But when he goes to smelt some sand, he uses a door instead of the coal, which doesn't work. So, a bit strange. But then he switches the door to coal, actually starts smelting it, which makes me think he actually didn't know and maybe he's a new player. But he smelts the sand and places his windows. He then goes to grab some cactus and then he starts mining. And at first I thought he was grabbing diamonds or, minerals to upgrade his tools, but instead it was just placing his floor. And then the video just finishes by him doing some touch-ups and designs on his house. That's it. Now for the third video, you'll notice there's something different. The thumbnail looks more terrifying and it's only 7 seconds long. You'll see a common occurrence like this with most of these videos having short ones in between the normal length videos. But it lines up with the story, so let's see what it's about. Just like the title says, the house is burned to a crisp. But maybe it does mean something more than that. Well, only time can tell. First thing we see is him looking at his desperately broken down house, confused on what's happening, but realized he's still got his resources left. But did you notice that his hand is normal? Like Steve? Because before, his colors were inverted. So what happened? As we continue, he just walks around and finds a cave with a torch he's probably placed before. Then he just decides to go back. And the video ends by him going up to a pumpkin and literally just breaking it. What we can conclude is the video's description. It just says the word just. And now I don't know what this means, but has to mean something, right? This means we should be looking at descriptions more because it might actually tell a story within the words. We're met with a bunch of pairs of dots, which we can only assume are eyes. And actually in the description, there's finally something we can actually decipher, and it's a random code. So I decided to solve it with a nice website and looked around to see if I could find the answer. But I scrolled so far and I couldn't find anything. I was thinking it was Caesar Cipher, and I even looked at a lot of the shits and nothing worked. Until I realized that this could be a YouTube URL. And in fact, it was. It led to a video called Inside, where the description said start. Starts off with him walking with a pumpkin on his head and a bunch of variety of items. An enchanted book, 2 flowers, 5 random blocks and a nether star. But besides that, he walks over and finds a sign with red writing on it. But this text does mean something. Base, do you remember that? It's the same guy he was talking to back a while ago on that chat log. Which means only one thing, maybe Base is behind all of this. He's in his usual location. He has 9 XP still and 1 brick in his hotbar. Nothing really happens for most of this video apart from when it rains. As you can see, there's no rain on his screen, but it's only raining in a specific type of biome or area. He starts walking around the desert biome until he finally spots a savanna, which he climbs up and then runs into something really weird. He tries to go up to these weird entities, but then the video cuts. So the title is called The Eye That Watches. So something is starting to happen. But you also notice that his skin is inverted again. Like his colors are weird again. It's like he's changing dimensions. Like his world is just swapping dimensions. It's weird. And well, we have another word for the puzzle. In the description, it says become. So far we have 3 words. And maybe as we progress, the words will become a whole sentence. As you can tell by this video, it's a lower resolution than most of the others, and you can see in the bottom right his skin is back again. It's weird. But he's just in a normal forest looking around, and by the looks of it, nothing bad is happening. It's like a break from the bad stuff going around. Like a breath of fresh air. All he does is break blocks and try to play the game normally by surviving from a skeleton trying to kill him. So he digs a hole and covers himself up. And then after waiting a bit, he finally digs back up again to notice that it's gotten day. So he goes back out and starts exploring again, as you should as a Minecraft player. He goes on top of this tree and the skeleton is back trying to kill him again. And then he just chills up here and for a while. until the video just ends. This is definitely the most normal video we've ever seen on the channel. I mean, compared to the other ones, they all have something weird about them. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Wait, it's not over. There's still something in the description, and it's binary code. So I converted it with a translator thing, and it reads out, "Don't kill animals or that will be mad." Who's that? Is that related to his friend Dace? What's going on? It's just another normal gameplay video, and there's not much to really talk about here. Except if we look in the description, there's another binary code, which leads to something interesting. An actual YouTube link. But wait, this isn't no ordinary video. It's titled experiment_base.json, and it's already looking terrifying. Now this looks like a normal gameplay again, but it's not. This video becomes interesting. He sees someone in the distance and he's scared. He wonders who that is, until a message pops up in chat.
Hey.
Which we can only assume is base over there, the entity. And he's hesitant. Navy doesn't want to go near him at all. Like he's done something wrong, like he is the one causing this. Is he the one watching him? He backs away in a cave and doesn't decide to come out until he realizes that base isn't going anywhere, so he might as well go say hi.
Cool.
But as he was about to approach him, you can see in the chat a weird message pops up, the eyes, and it ends. Basically, for this video, he just relaxes and builds a port. Don't know why, but this video is obsessed with ports. I mean, we can look at the description here, and it also says port, but has a lot of space, and then another port. But as we get into the video, for a quick second, if we pause on the frame now, we can see a code. Another code to decipher. So I looked around and found that it was base 64, which is the code for it. And it led to this video right here. Again, like the last inside, he's wearing a pumpkin head again and has 2 roses in there. But if you look closely on the sign, it says Tom, the last pig on Earth, which means someone killed all the animals. However, after this one video, the rest of them get even weirder. It starts off with him killing a pig, which by now he should have learned not to do, and soon he will regret that. An entity appears. He's running away for his life, he's scared. His heart's beating fast. He tries to get his home, he's almost dying. He shuts the door in the nick of time. He's terrified. Why is this in my Minecraft world? What's going on? But as he sees the entity, he goes over to get a closer look and it disappears. It's gone. So he walks back to his house, cowering in fear, hoping that that entity doesn't come back, and he's confused. He just wants to play Minecraft. He goes to have another look to check if he's still here, but only spots a cow. I hope he's safe. Worried that the entity might come back, he starts breaking the door and then replaces it with 2 wood planks, so that hopefully he can't get in. We're on the 12th video, and this one is only 24 seconds long, with the title being I Want to See You. But as he's just normally walking, some weird thing appears on the screen. It looks like the message says stop, like he's walking somewhere he shouldn't be, and someone's trying to stop him. But as it turns blue, it looks like a sky, and then he's about to fall down right now. There's another code to decipher in the description, but the weird thing is that I found strange is this comment, because it doesn't seem like a random normal person. I understand what you're trying to say, you're stuck in this world, right? With this entity, but you're fine, don't worry. What do you mean he's fine? This is very confusing. So I went to decipher this anyway, and once again it was base 58 with the text saying, do the eyes see me? But it gets even weirder with the next video, bringing the term do the eyes see me to another level. With some sort of music that I can only assume is Minecraft music reversed in the background, he finds himself in a very weird place with a bunch of eyes looking at him. And those blocks look familiar, it's the same blocks throughout this whole series. But as he keeps walking down, he finds this weird structure, which almost looks familiar, like he's seen this before. Experiment_base.json. And as you can see, his hand is blue again. It's like if he's in this world, he changes colours and inverts. He's in a really weird predicament. There's only a hole, and he's terrified to jump down. Is it worth jumping down there? I mean, there's nowhere else to go. It seems like the only option. This video is interesting because it shows everything that he's basically done over these videos. The pig, the tree, water, the house. I mean, it's got everything. What's even weirder is these signs, like Ascend is our god. Like Ascend is an actual person. Who is Ascend? We don't know, but it has to be some sort of entity or something, because it's controlling this guy's life. But then he's met with a weird pop-up of a face, following a sign saying, do you want to ascend? With a yes or a no. And in the end, he picks yes. But in the next video, Descend, he randomly appears through this white room after saying yes, and is met with nothing. Empty space. Until he sees something in the corner that he runs to. As I said, it's not the end, and I am going to do a part 2 in this series, because more is being uploaded by the daily, and by the time I finished recording these videos, half of those videos weren't even there. So yeah, if you want me to do a part 2, let me know, leave a like, and subscribe. And well, we'll continue the story of Navy 208. Unlike other ARGs, this channel by the name of OmensConcrete felt different. I understood the story very quickly, and the outline was just way more visible. Not just full of cipher codes and hidden mysteries, but what looks like a well-written sad story compacted into Minecraft, which made me really intrigued to see what happens. And it all starts with this first video. He gets home from school and decides to create a new Minecraft world. He calls it Survival World 1. And as he loads, he's met with a snow biome. And as every Minecraft player would, he starts chopping down some logs. He then goes to make a crafting table and some sticks, probably for some tools.
I'm playing on this survival world and going to upload this to YouTube.
After he crafts his tools, he then breaks his crafting table and goes on an adventure.
I have a few more weeks of school left until summer break. I plan on doing a lot with this world, and if you are watching this video, please subscribe and like the video.
But as he's walking around, the video just cuts to something even strange. The textures are off, he's got stuff already, a golden apple, and he's got a base. Obviously this is possible in Minecraft, but look at the textures, this isn't normal. For some odd reason he grabs out some dirt and starts stacking it in a pillar. It's like he's trying to search for something that's from a distance, but what? He just started this Minecraft world, how can that even be possible? He starts going down in a spiral until he reaches to the bottom. He decides to go mining, or at least tries to, but there's a creeper in the way. Luckily, he kills the creeper and continues going in this cave, but nothing's here. It's just a dead end, back to the open world. But as he kills the spider, he looks around to his base and notices something weird. There's a bunch of holes going straight down to bedrock. Why? What's going on? Who put these holes here? Is someone living in his world? He goes back to base and a weird noise starts playing. His next video is called for Greg.mp4, insisting that this video is for someone named Greg. It starts with him holding signs and placing question marks on them, but over the holes. I'm guessing he's doing this as a mark of his territory to understand why there's so many holes. I mean, it blocks every one of them, you know, with cobblestone and signs.
So, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I've tried searching this stuff up, but nothing is really answering my questions. I don't play Minecraft all that much, but is this normal? I didn't do that.
To take a break off his mind, he went mining and, you know, found a few mobs to kill. But as he killed those mobs, he found more weird holes, but one of them led with a water source. So he decided to jump down it. It was merely just a normal hole with water in it. Falling for the trap, he slowly starts drowning and tries to get back up, and in time, he makes it. But what he finds next is even weirder.
Jesus. Whoa. What the f***?
Eats a golden apple and it ends. Just like that, we're on the third video of this ARG series. And this one is not like the rest. He even has a friend join named iCrits.
Hey, what's up? Do you mind if I post this to YouTube? Why? What? What do you mean why? You didn't see my message? To get on? No, oh my god, before that. Oh, I didn't see that. No, sorry. Okay, go to my YouTube and check out the video that's for you.
If that video's for him, then that must mean his name is Greg, and these next messages quickly confirm that.
How do I know it's for me? It has your name on it.
Anyway, after figuring out who Greg is, we now understand why he wants him to go near the end of the video, as he wanted to show Greg, his so-called friend, what is happening in his Minecraft world. He was confused as well and very disturbed by the fact of that ending, but that doesn't matter because the next question, Omen says, will be detrimental.
Did you do anything to my computer while you were using? Dude, we didn't even go on your computer when I was there. We were outside the whole time.
Seems like Greg is Omen's friend, so they believed him, for now. So he just went over to box him, put him in a box like a contamination, because Omen still doesn't have an answer. But Greg did, and he decided to say that it could be a creeper. Now looking back at the footage, I didn't see any entity. I don't know if I'm blind, but there's no creeper. So I decided to look more into the footage just to see if I missed anything, especially where he goes to eat a golden apple. I zoomed in really close and yeah, I see no entity. But maybe they see something I don't. Now let's go back to this clip real quick, cause you're gonna hear something familiar. Yes, that is the same noise from the first clip at the end. But as they're arguing in chat, Greg says he needs to go, and then all of a sudden Omen starts punching him out of anger.
Sorry, but I'll see if I can get along later.
The fourth video is titled, I Know There's More. Starts off with him smelting some iron, getting some XP. When he opens his chest, he finds a book. He goes to open it and starts writing something.
I know I'm not crazy. I will find out who you are. But for now, you are debased.
After writing that book, he decides to call the, if there's an entity in his world, debase, and he starts roaming around in the desert. Until he notices something very weird. There's a pillar of glass just randomly in this desert. He looks around, but no one's here but his dog. He's so confused. So he decides to try breaking the sand around it to see if there's anything maybe at the bottom. But as he gets closer, he sees something, but his pickaxe breaks. It's okay though, because luckily there's just glass here, and he drops down. It's just a normal looking stronghold with, wait, a portal already filled, but it's not there. What? He looks around again in the stronghold to see if he can find the base, but no sight seen. As he explores further and further and further into the stronghold, he looks at his dog for a moment. He turns around and looks weirdly like someone's there, but no one's there. I don't know if he's delusional, but he keeps walking around. But it gets even worse when he starts opening his book. He'd written in his book that he just lost his dog. His life is just turning into worse and worse with his corruption of the world and the dog. But as he enters his base, he finds another disturbing thing. It's a hole directly down in the middle of his base. The fifth video, Curiosity Killed the Cat. He starts the video at front of his base and opens his book. He writes a message, goodbye, closes his book and starts building a new base, hoping that the base never finds him. He places a few more blocks and then backs up, thinking he heard something. But he brushes it off and continues building. For some odd reason, he starts breaking the sand. Like, why does he need that for? I mean, maybe for some windows, but then he goes back to his base and covers up with random blocks. Like, why didn't you just use some spruce wood? Anyway, he makes a door and then makes a furnace. He also quickly makes a bed and quickly sleeps so he can get the night over with. But he exits out, making sure no one is near his base this time. He quickly gets back inside and opens his book. There's this itching feeling that I can't seem to let it pass. Fear gets the best of me, but this time, curiosity might win. Why does it have to be in my house? He closes the book and continues planting trees and chopping down wood. However, he needs to get his stuff from his old base, so he goes to travel there. As he walks in his base, he quickly gets disturbed by the hole and covers it up. A strange noise just happened. That reminds him that he should probably be— wait, the hole's back. What? He starts breaking his stuff and trying to collect it, but something in that hole is just calling his name. He ended up in a bedrock maze. His stuff was saved, but where is he? He seems to be following some sort of trail of the mobs' dropped loot. Hopefully this leads somewhere. He stops to open his book.
Where am I?
He closes the book and continues exploring.
I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore. This is getting too much for me. I am starting to get really scared.
This video is called The Truth, and it really says the truth. It starts off with iCrit leaving the game immediately, which we know as Greg, but he joins back a second later.
Hi. This is not funny. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. It keeps happening. What, the thing we told you about a few weeks ago? Yes. Sorry, I can't really do anything about that though. I want you to admit that you did something to my computer and help me figure it out how to get rid of it. I'm tired of this. What? I told you I didn't do anything to your stupid computer. Greg, I just need you to tell the truth and I won't be mad. I just want you to show me how to get rid of this thing. I'm tired of you accusing me of stuff I didn't even do. This isn't the first time doing something like this. Fine then. Don't come by my house anymore if you're gonna keep doing stuff like this. Okay, I don't care. Bye.
After that arrow to the heart between the relationship of Greg and Omen, he decides to create a new world called The Truth. He's in a normal looking biome, you know, doesn't look out of the ordinary. So he plays the game like normally, and pretends that nothing ever happened. He types in chat, "I know Greg is lying," and says he's gonna try and prove it. He starts crafting some tools and gets ready to set on an adventure. He finds this cool island with some sand in it, so he decides this is where he's gonna make his house. Places a few more blocks and finishes his house. But what's even weirder is the fact he's grabbing a bunch of dirt, and you might be confused why, but let's go back to the first episode where he built a dirt pillar to see a far distance. It's like he does this to prove that he sees something, but there's nothing there. He's still not letting go that there might be an entity in his world still. So he goes outside to check again, but nothing's there.
Just what I thought.
He thought he saw something around that tree, but turns out it's just a zombie. Nothing actually happened. Is he making up all these lies? Did he hurt Greg on accident? What has Omen got himself into? After clearly admitting that Greg didn't put any viruses on his computer, he still was paranoid, still goes to check anyway. And when he's finally given up on the paranoia, he starts suffocating himself with sand, and slowly perishes. But he still thinks the base is real. So in the next video, the hunt for the base, he looks at two worlds, his Survivor World 1 and the Truth, and he's eager to click on it, but he needs to find out where the base is and who this entity really is.
It's been a minute.
After getting all the materials needed, he starts building a trap to see if he can trap this entity for once and for all. Finishes building the trap, and it works successfully. So he digs a hole down just so he falls into a trap and gets out of there with water. He covers it up and slowly waits. After all Omen's been through with Greg, he got them on for one last apology. To just play some Minecraft and chill. Take a break from what has been happening throughout this whole series, the up and down roller coasters.
Why did you want me to get on? Just wanted to talk if that's fine. Sure. Wanted to apologize for accusing you of doing something you didn't do. It's alright. I got over it. I'll get food. Okay.
After talking for a bit, it seems like Greg and Omen are finally back at peace together. Their relationship has bonded into what we call a better connection. Since this video is titled Sorry, I'm guessing it's just an apology to Greg. This whole thing is just an apology because Omen messed up. But he still questions why that thing exists. Why does this entity that he called the base exist? Why is it in his world and why is it after him? So many questions and little answers. Since apologizing to Greg, he wants to tell him more about this entity because maybe Greg can help him. So he just explains what he's been through. Luckily he did get a few screenshots, so he left with some evidence. So Greg's at least got some evidence to believe his claims. Even though he literally knows what it looks like, he's still so confused on what it actually is. And I mean, just like the rest of us, we are all interested. He says he has a human face, which is very strange. It ends with Greg telling Omen that he forgives him, and he apologizes. But he had to go because his mum was calling for dinner. So, it's time for Omen to face his fears. He's back on the world again.
They say there's light at the end of every tunnel.
He's about to say what, but he stops himself. But he's in that much shock. He's confused at what he's looking at. His house is gone, and his signs are still there, but what happened?
This is my house.
So, what's wrong with the tunnel?
Doggo? Hello? Hello? I need food.
hate you!
I don't even know what I have to gain from it. You want to mess with people's stuff? I've had enough. You want to steal people's pets? Wanna ruin people's friendships? Fine. Thank you.
We're on to the last video. The story is coming to an end. We see his computer screen this time. It's not full screened. He's in a position where he's flying and he's looking at his book.
I was wrong. And I realize it now. This was never meant to happen. But I abused it anyways.
He finally realized that everything that went wrong was for a reason. It happened for a reason. And now he's restored humanity in his Minecraft world. It isn't corrupted anymore.